I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all keep breaking Periscope. I'm almost done anyway. But yeah, so for this month, I'm going to be teaching on the religious spirit. I'm going to be helping people see it in themselves. It's not going to be something just to criticize other people. It's going to be something that helps you identify this in your own heart. You are the product of the doctrine you have, and you are the product of the teachings you receive. Many of us, and we fight a lot of people with I was always taught, I was always taught, I was always taught, I was always taught. And we say that as if the way we were taught is beyond being erroneous and beyond being flawed and beyond being in error. Just because you were always taught something does not mean what you were taught was right and what you were taught was true. So I'm going to be confronting the religious spirit. And I know the mafia is going to be mad. I know the National Preacher Convention and the National Preacher Mob Association are going to be upset, but I don't care. I'm on an assignment, and I'm on a post by God to call people prophetically out of the system and to release them into a more fulfilling, more enriching, more engrafting relationship with the man Jesus Christ, to be conduits of his power and carriers of his glory. So I'm going to be confronting the religious spirit. I am aware it's going to make a lot of people mad, but it's part of life. You make people mad and then you move on. So that's what I'm doing, and I want you to be a part of this study with me. And if you are in Chicago, I want you to be my special guest every Sunday, 8:30 and 11:30. I'll be there. And then every Tuesday, I will be leading intercessory prayer at my church in the month of November. Every Tuesday, I will be continuing the Sunday's teaching because I'm so convinced that this is what God wants dealt with, is the religious spirit. I know you don't realize it right now, and I know you don't get it right now, but the religious spirit is why we had 9/11 in America. It was a religious spirit that fueled terrorism. Okay, when you deal with radical terrorism against and in America, what pushes that spirit is a religious spirit. A religious spirit is responsible for that. You just don't see it that way, because when it comes to the religious spirit that operates in churches, it hides with robes and collars and garb and makeup, but you can't see the wickedness that's in there. It's the religious spirit that does that. So I really want you to be very aware of this, and I really, really, really want you to help me spread the word about this message. Empty. The Bible calls it clouds without water. We're going to be dealing with the form of godliness that denies the power thereof, and I want you to be my guest. You were born for more. And while I was studying this and while God was explaining this to me, I hadn't really realized how many times Paul talked about the fullness of God, the fullness of God. And if there is a such thing as the fullness of God, then there has to be a such thing as coming into a measure of God. And I believe that most of us have been living with, pursuing, studying, relating to a fraction of him, because we're so intoxicated and we're so inebriated with the practices that we believe lead us to him that we have yet to see him. So that is my statement today. I will see you guys tomorrow, but I want you to help me release this clarion call in the spirit for those that are sick of the system, sick of the machine, tired of fornicating with Jezebel and her system, and want to see God without all of the unnecessary religious politics and religious banter that go with it. All right. That's my prayer and that's my cry. I've got to get me some rest because I've got to wake up in the morning and head to the gym and got to work out. And I will see you tomorrow as we are preparing for the month of teaching called Empty. Hey, I bid you peace. I love you. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.